the Daytona and you see this boy like this, bro. What you running from, bro? Like, oh my God.
All right, how's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that everyone had a fantastic Friday, and I just wanted to come on and talk about this. This has been all over the news, and of course, anytime there's something negative, the news people are there. Do me one small favor, if you will, folks. Hit that little thumb. That's the like button. That tells YouTube that you are enjoying the content. And hey, we can bring more people into the conversation, hopefully. All right. Excuse me. All right. It's pollen season. So even though I do my Flonase and flush my nasal passages, sometimes I'll have a sneeze here or there. How are you doing, Joel? Joel is here, and we're glad you're here. Joel, I haven't forgotten you. I'm going to respond to your comments. I've been super busy this week. Livy boy, how are you? And you've probably been hearing about this. This is a mess. And I think, that it's time that something happens. We've talked about this for a while, especially we've talked about it in reference to cities and states that are blue, right? But they are taking this to some red cities and states, and they're not going to deal with this. They're not. And I know some of you are just joining us. I will play that clip again. I have several clips to share with you. Bill ABC, yeah, how are you? And Tina's here. Jet lag, how are you, Roni? How's everyone doing? And we know in this day of social media, you don't see people showing good things, not so much. You usually see something bad or negative. And, people they're trying to get likes and views and subscribers and followers. So you give them content. You can't scream about racism. It's pattern recognition at this point. Yes, Tina. Oh, I'm only out when I have to be. Glad, how you doing? I'm glad everyone had a fantastic Friday. Don't forget, yes, I know I'm not doing all the lives throughout the week, but I am doing shorts. So don't forget to go by and check those out. All right. So I have many of you who just joined. Let me start this up again, please. So this, if you haven't heard, or if you've been living up under a rock, spring break at Daytona Beach. How you doing, Beverly? Has been chaotic. It's been violent. It's been a mess. And again, I have several videos to share with you. So you tell me what your thoughts are. You pretty much know where I'm going with this. So let's watch this again.
On the Daytona and you see this boy like this, bro. What you running from, bro? Like, oh my God.
Okay. Yeah, Livy boy, I'm going to mention that as well. God bless you too, my girls. Always good to see you. Thank you for helping me hold it together here. You and Tina help me hold this channel together, and I appreciate everything that you do. All right. So I don't know about you now. I remember when I was in college. Now, I never liked big crowds anyway. But there is no way on God's green earth that I would want to be in that crowd. No way. Spring break, you want to get away, you want to relax a bit, you want to go somewhere to have fun. Well, you know what happened if you're familiar with the story, right, Tina? They should be ashamed of themselves, but sadly, many people are not. So we're going to discuss this, and the sheriff's department, they're talking about it. They're like, no, we're not putting up with this. So when we start to see people, and so there were several arrests that were made. So don't go crying, oh, they're racist. No, no, no. Everything is on video. So people can see what is happening real time, because everyone just about has a phone and people are live streaming. So there is no excuse for that. And again, when I go on vacation, I want to relax. I'm not trying to run because people are using weapons. There were fights everywhere. I mean, I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, type a 1 in the comment section. Why are you going on vacation and fighting? I don't get that. Well, I mean, what's the point? And again, I think I told you, those of you who've been here for a while, I guess that's why I'm typically an outgoing person, but you can't go anywhere without shenanigans taking place. And so, no, I don't need that nonsense in my life. And for Black Americans that are on social media, they are saying a lot of the same things that I'm saying. They're sick of it. And a lot of them are saying they don't want to go. And no one wants to deal with that. Who wants to see fighting and people using, pew pew, you know what I'm talking about. I'll just do that. No, that's not what vacation is for. So I think it's a shame. And I'm going to show you some more. I have several clips to share with you. So let me know what your thoughts are. If I'm freezing, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why it's still doing that, but what can I do? There's nothing worse than college students and alcohol. Yeah, Tina. I thank God I never did pick up that habit. How you doing, Vicky? And so I'm good. But even when I was in college, when it was spring break time, I was usually home with family. I was always working, trying to make a little extra money. So I didn't go, on the spring break trips to various places. First of all, again, I don't like large crowds. Oh my God. So hit that like button for us, please, folks. We know YouTube, I guess they're trying to shut down the smaller YouTube channels. I told you, I was watching another YouTuber that I normally watch, and they have 1 million subscribers, but their numbers are, I don't know what YouTube is doing to this logarithm, but I think it's terrible. But hey, it's their platform. Greg, been to Daytona, 500s, 2 Pepsi, 400s, pretty peaceful every time I went, different environment. Greg, that's what it's all about. You're going to have a good time. And most people, if you have families, you don't want them around this nonsense. People drunk, fighting. Robert, boom. Exactly. Rolynn, we love you and wouldn't have it any other way, holding down the phone. Oh, okay, my girls. Thank you, dear. Yeah. And I told you, I'll still be here for my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday live streams. I'm just not wasting all that time during the week when I could be doing something for the school. You're fine, Greg. You're fine. Maga, how you doing, Maga? And so tell me, folks, in the comment section, what are your thoughts about these incidences, because we've talked about this. We've talked about these teen takeovers. We've talked about, okay, the Houston rodeo. It's a mess. All right, let me cue up the next clip. And then we will discuss that as well. Share this on your social media pages, please, folks. All right, here we go. Let's watch this. I'm going to turn this down. You know, they have some music, so I'll turn that down a bit, but just watch.
The club is called Sakai or Sakai, whatever. This is a line of people to get into this club, and apparently the thing with this club is that it has a big pool in the middle, so people are trying to get into this club. Look at this line. This is to get in the club.
That's crazy.
Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
Man, so Houston and Texas is going crazy right now for spring break. It says more than 2.2 million people out there right now. They out there for the rodeo, spring break, and all the parties. I ain't gonna lie, I can't be the only person that don't think this shit worth it.
I mean, who wants to go on break? Look at these crowds. No way. When I'm on a break from school, how you doing, vacay? I don't want to be around people. I'm around people, and mostly teenagers, of course, all day long. And of course, my coworkers. Now, my classroom is outside because I'm in a hut, but I'm saying I don't want to be around people. That's time that I'm trying to renew myself. I'm trying to reflect. I'm trying to rejuvenate. Who wants to be around large crowds? You know, people are acting crazy. I wish people were trying to get in heaven as much as they are that club. Tina, good point. Oh my God, Vacay May. Oh my goodness. Tell us what you think about this, Vacay. Okay, let's continue.
All the videos I've been seeing, every place is crowded.
And again, you can go on TikTok. These videos they're viral. And so, yeah, you can't do anything with footage. All you can do is sit there and look at it like I have and many other people.
Crowded as hell. Look at this picture on the left. How is that fun with all them people? I seen one video of a gas station with 1,000 people at that motherfucker. The highways look like it's full as hell. The streets full. It's going to take an hour just to get somewhere that's 10 minutes away. I'm seeing videos of these clubs scamming people. People paying for sections and they selling it to somebody else. The line's long as hell. You would have thought Michael Jackson was performing at that motherfucker. They probably charging everybody out there $100 for parking.
Yeah, and the exorbitant prices. Who wants to be, again, now me personally, this is my opinion. I don't want to be in big crowds if I can help it, because we know people are crazy. And when I'm on a break, like our spring break is coming up in a few weeks, I may go back to Allentown, PA to be with family, but I'm not going anywhere where I'm going to be, having to deal with a lot of people. Okay? Tina, right. I'd rather go in the mountains and be with nature. I don't want to be with people. I need a break from people, right? Jeez.
I seen somebody say they went down there with $300. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You might have enough to do something for one day down there. Everything is taxing, bro. If you somebody that's young and you a chill person, this ain't gonna be for you. Don't think you missing out on nothing, bro. You saving hella money being where you at. And you ain't got to worry about getting...
Because everything is the scamming, the parking. They jack up all the prices on the hotels, the restaurant, everything. No, I'll stay home and save my money. How about that? And plant flowers and work in my yard. I can do that. That needs work anyway.
A scam. Facts.
Now, this is Houston. We're talking about Houston. We're talking about Daytona. So this is a pattern. And we're talking, of course, about the EBT crowd and the bonnet brigade. All right.
Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna give y'all the story time on why the fuck I'm in the hospital.
Didn't I just say we're watching people from the Bonnet Brigade? Okay. So I'm going to let you listen to what she's saying. And she was one of the people who were fighting, and now she's in the hospital. So if you're going to exhibit this type of behavior, how about just stay home? Tina, Miss Rolynn, I love people, but I'm more of a loner than anything. Tina, it's best. Your life is less complicated and you have peace of mind. My girls, yes, it's gone. They're turning Houston into Oakland. I moved to get away from this foolishness. Caesar, that's what we're saying, right? Police departments make a lot of money during spring break. Yes, Tina, because people drinking too much alcohol and do crazy things. Everywhere the EBT crowd goes, mayhem happens. Like the Allstate guy. And this is what, and I was watching, there's a few channels here on YouTube, and they're showing, okay, it's always these people. And, you know, we're talking about black people. So if you keep giving them fuel to throw on the fire, and I would never be in any nonsense like that. My girls would never be in any nonsense like that. But that's why people see us and stereotype everyone in a race. There is no way I would be, how you doing? You're fine, Tijuana. You're not that late. There is no way I would be involved in this nonsense. Again, I'm like, Tina, let me go. I'll spend time. Look, let me tell you what I like. I like to pick up a book and read. Let me sit down and just watch Gunsmoke, The Rifleman, All in the Family, Sanford and Son, all my favorite shows, all my favorite Westerns. Hey, I'm good. Okay, so let's listen to what this young lady from the Bonnet Brigade has to say. And she's part of the problem because she was fighting. Right, Caesar? The Bonnet Brigade. Yeah, here we go.
Hospital. Basically, I'm down here with my homegirl and her cousins, right? Never met them. But to sum it up, we went to a club last night called...
And this is the age group always screaming, Black Lives Matter. And I tell, sometimes I'll talk to black students, you know, pull them to the side, especially if they just coming back from a 10-day suspension for fighting. And I'm like, look at who you're fighting. Look at you and look at who you're fighting. Your age group is always screaming Black Lives Matter, but you hate each other and you're the ones who are doing the most fighting. What is the problem? Okay.
The address. I got invited out. I brought the litany. We're having a good time. It's vibes. We turn right. I get spiked. My drink gets spiked.
Tijuana, this right here happened at, so I'm covering both actually. So we're talking about Daytona, the Daytona Spring Break, the Houston Rodeo Spring Break. It's just, it's both. Okay. So everywhere the EBT crowd goes, as Livy Boy said, there are problems, and we know why.
Like off of 2 shots, right? So I'm fucked up. I don't even remember anything of me in the club anymore. I just remember at one point I was throwing up overly bad.
Mr. Popularity, I watch him as well. And a lot of people don't like him. Oh, he's always talking about black people. Now, granted, he's black. When people are telling the truth, people get mad at them. And no. And you know me, I will continue to tell the truth. I don't care how YouTube tries to stop me. I won't shut up. Because this is not acceptable behavior. And you get mad when people call you names. Look at what you're doing. You will never dispel the stereotypes because you won't stop this ghetto behavior, ratchet behavior.
So I guess while we're leaving the club, me and my homegirl cousin, what's her name? Her name Pumpkin, but she go by Pump. She from Mississippi, right? So me and her get into it because I don't really recall.
So she got into a fight with some girl. And now she doesn't even remember why they were fighting. So that makes a lot of sense, right? This girl can't have more than 2 brain cells. She can't have. She cannot have more than 2 brain cells. Right, Tina, I'm with you, dear.
But it was just like, it was just so much going on. Like, I feel like everybody was getting like just against me and shit. Like, everybody yelling at me about this and this and that. Mind you, I'm fucked up, y'all. It's not a trunk fucked up. This is somebody put something in my drink fucked up. I don't know what's going on. So me and her popping it. She's saying her shit. I'm saying my shit. So eventually I end up calling her a bitch because you are. So y'all, I kid you not, that bitch turned on like, think that hurt. So y'all, I'm in the front seat. I could tell this bitch about to fight me and shit. So I'm like, bro, just wait till I sober up. Just wait till I sober up. Da da da. She not.
Why are you trying to fight anyway? Just wait till I sober up. What I mean, what is wrong with people? Why? This is not the WWF or WWE. I don't know what they call it now. But why are you trying to fight? Yeah, a lot of people, Caesar, are not students. They just go because they know there's going to be a big crowd of people. You're right.
But the other girls that are my homegirl cousins, they were trying to avoid the fight. They kept trying to grab her and shit. But y'all, when I say the bitch is built like Debo, you need a grown ass man to hold that bitch back. Dead ass. Don't matter how many it was of us. So fast forward, y'all, she make it to the front door. She opened the door. One of the cousins decided she want to grab my neck, pull me backwards, so we don't fight. So I don't remember anything about the fight other than me getting hit right here. And I just remember she kept just trying to hit my face. Sure.
So that's the end of that. Yeah, Tina. That's the issue. 60 plus years of voting for the Democrats. And how you doing, Betty? We're glad you're here. And these people, many of these people are entitled. They don't do any wrong. And when they do wrong, the Democrats just make excuses for them. And that is not acceptable. All right, so we're done with that. Hit that like button, please. And I am just so disgusted because, again, Mensa student, no doubt. Tube steak, you have to have more than 2 brain cells to join Mensa. And I know about Mensa, but she is definitely not part of that organization. So, you know, people get so angry, they complain. Oh, white people are racist and we can't make it due to a systemic racism. Look at what you're doing. And until you address it, nothing's going to change. Drama, as per usual. There were, 4 shootings in 24 hours? And I can show you some more videos. I have more videos I will queue up for you. I think it started Saturday night. The whole time, people were fighting. Caesar, what's the point anyway? Right, Tina? If you're going to spring break, you're supposed to be going there to have fun. Why are you fighting? So there were people there. Now you have to remember there are other people there with family. Livy boy. Nope, not systemic racism, just systemic black on black crime. Boom. Yeah, my girls, I was watching a video on that. Now Ruth Chris is going to have to install a dress code because people were going in there, scantily clad, and that's not acceptable. Betty, so I'm talking about that too. I know. Oh my God. I don't know why. I might have to take my desktop back to the shop. I don't know why it keeps freezing. But Tijuana. And when people are taking their families to family events, they really don't want to see that. like I said, there were women out there with thongs on, some that didn't have tops on, and people were standing around. People's children could see all of this. Then the shooting started. Let me cue up the next video for you. And the police are like, no, we're not dealing with this. We're tired of this. Tina, yes. All right, let's cue this up. Yeah, don't worry. We're talking about this and the rodeo. So this is a 2-for-1. Tube State, good point. The ghetto rodeo. Yeah. Bumquisha complaining now, Robert. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Spring break chaos in Daytona Beach. 4 shootings in just 24 hours. This is video from one of those shootings Saturday night. It started as a fight, and then you heard those gunshots. One woman there was hit by a bullet. She was one of 3 people shot in those 4 shootings.
And we also saw this in Daytona this weekend, video of a crowd of people running for cover. And Fox 35's Chris Lindsay joins us live on the beach tonight. So Chris, despite what you see on social media, the sheriff says this stampede is not connected to one of those shootings, though.
Yes, when people were out here on the shore, they heard a couple of loud pops and they thought they were gunshots. The sheriff says they were actually from water bottles. He says people were crushing them, trying to cause havoc, making that noise, and that's why they took off.
The first week of spring break in Daytona Beach brought another huge, unapproved party out on the shore. Kristen Dorito says she pulled up to her timeshare to absolute chaos.
There was like women that didn't have tops on and string thongs, people standing in front of us wouldn't let us move. My kids are all in the vehicle with us.
Minutes later, she watched from the balcony as people ran from what they thought were gunshots. But the Volusia County Sheriff says that noise turned out to be from busted water bottles.
It was absolutely scary, and I'm not easily offended or scared.
The weekend ended with over 80 arrests for open containers, underage drinking, marijuana, and in some cases, illegal guns.
We arrested people from Alabama, from Georgia, from North Carolina, from South Carolina, from Florida, you name it. Everybody was here.
In addition to that, there were a total of 4 shootings in the area on Saturday alone. 3 people were hit. 2 teens and a 59-year-old man. No suspects have been named and no arrests have been made yet.
We probably will not be coming back to Daytona because of this.
Despite the huge crowds, the sheriff says when it came to law enforcement, they were mostly respectful and peaceful, but he wants city leaders to work with him to take more action so it stays that way.
Hopefully the city will get in line with me, and we're going to declare that special event zone so then I can double that number with Daytona Beach and we can really, really crack down.
Along with a heavier presence, the special event zones would bring stiffer penalties for broken rules.
And we reached out to the mayor of Daytona Beach. He says he was unaware of any efforts to enforce a special event zone ahead of this past weekend. Reporting live in Daytona Beach, Chris Lindsay, Fox 35 News.
All right. So let me show you. And they even declared a state of emergency. And if you look here, look at all these videos. People were jumping out of cars. They were twerking. Oh.
The city of Daytona.
Hold on. Here we go.
The city of Daytona Beach is declaring a state of emergency starting tomorrow. This comes after chaos erupted during the start of spring break last weekend. With more unsanctioned events expected this weekend, city officials are working to keep the beaches safe. West 2's Pamela Combe explains the youth curfew and what locals have to say in response.
After thousands of people flooded Daytona Beach for an unsanctioned event last weekend, leading to chaos in parts of the city, leaders voted to take action. Some locals are welcoming the city of Daytona Beach's new curfew for anyone under 18.
I think that's pretty awesome. I think we definitely need that. That should actually be in place all the time.
Starting Friday and for the next 7 days, all minors will have to be at home by 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. the following morning. The curfew applies only within the special event zone stretching from University Boulevard to Silver Beach. This curfew won't apply to minors who are with their parents, who are playing in their front yard, or going to and from work. In the meeting, Police Chief Jakari Young says he has more ideas for future years on how to get the crowds under control, from placing an age limit on Airbnbs to requiring mandatory security guards at bars. But he says it's up to the city commission to decide how strict they want to be, giving examples of what other cities are doing during spring break.
So Miami Beach just flat out said, you are not welcome at all. We don't want you here. Everything's shut down. Panama City Beach is looking at managing it, but zero tolerance.
The city's hoping this curfew helps reduce the crowds. All agencies are still preparing, including beach safety, because the massive crowds increase the number of calls that come in.
Inside of those big groups, we'll have smaller units staged so we can respond quickly. We do have an established emergency lane that we try and traverse throughout the day to keep people out of, but with that many people, it's difficult to get through in an expeditious manner.
Covering Volusia County in Daytona Beach, Pamela Combe, West 2 News.
In 7 days, when the curfew expires, the city commission has the option to hold a special meeting and extend it for another week.
So you see, again, don't get mad at people. Yeah, you can see if you type it in, oh my God. There was a lot going on and people's children were exposed to this nonsense. Yeah, it's all over social media. Okay. And then the police, they were talking about the Volusia Sheriff's Office. They were talking about what they were doing. And then they gave a briefing. I'll let you hear some of that. All these clips I will, I'll put in the description box so you can check it out. But we've seen this one, okay?
On the Daytona and you see this boy like that, bro.
We've already seen this, talked about this.
Somebody back in that car. 12 out here chilling. We running. What's going on? Did we run for no reason?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying.
I can't beat social media. I just can't do it. Social media, people can post stuff. They're reposting things from 2020, and there's no way to really defend that. This incident during last weekend was clearly social media driven, okay? Let's all go and invade Daytona. And there ain't a whole lot we can do other than what we did. So what we did from the sheriff's office, for example, is from the Main Street Pier to Seabreeze Boulevard, we had over 50 deputies inside of that crowd. So you hear all this stuff, oh, they were shooting guns on the beach. That is absolute bullshit. There were 0 gunshots on the beach because what they were doing was crushing a water bottle to make it sound like a gunshot to stampede the crowd. I was out there. The chief was out there. We were in the middle of it. People might not want to hear this, but everybody who we came in contact with was absolutely polite.
Hey, player, be cool, but you're not allowed to smoke weed on the beach. So you can walk over here with me, all right? It's going to be a $50 ticket, and I'm going to have you on your way. Don't make it worse than it is. Cool? Come on.
So for this weekend alone, we made 133 total arrests, 84 of them in Daytona Beach, 49 of them in New Smyrna Beach. What is concerning is we seized 6 weapons. 2 of them were on an adult, one adult carrying 2 guns, and a juvenile who had possession of a stolen firearm. But what's more disheartening and people need to understand is everybody can carry a gun in Florida. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter your age, it matters your age. But you know what? There's a lot of people out there, and the chief counted over 20 encounters where we may have stopped somebody for an open container who was an adult who said to us, I want to let you know I got my gun in my backpack. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can carry your gun concealed. They can carry a weapon open carry. So it's a new generation in dealing with spring break. If they're legal to possess a firearm, they can carry it concealed or they can carry it open. And that's what we had out there. There were a lot of people armed with guns on top of the bad guys armed with guns. We also came in contact with 7 folks who were here illegally, who we took into custody, and ICE has lodged detainers against them. I'm going to give you guys, and you're more than welcome to do it. This is our arrest logs for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, there's not a lot of people who are going to say it, but I'm going to say it. I am damn proud of the men and women of the Volusia Sheriff's Office for what they did this weekend. We canceled days off. We had events in New Smyrna. We had events in Daytona. We had events in Spring Hill. We had events out at the fairgrounds. So my office was running, and pardon the expression, running and gunning and working their asses off. And again, I can't control content of what goes on social media. That's one of the things we're glad you're here for, so that we can get the word out as to what we were looking at. We arrested people from Alabama, from Georgia, from North Carolina, from South Carolina.
Yeah, and so again, people set these events up on social media, and then the police, Tina, poor police, and then the police have to deal with the ramifications. But again, look at the people who own the timeshares, and that woman said, no, I'm not coming back to this next year, and she actually owns a timeshare. So, yeah.
Carolina, from Florida, you name it, everybody was here.
Excuse me, can we get this stuff?
Not right
No.
now. You guys can hang out over there.
Yeah. You guys need to stay back 25 feet. In the state of Florida, there's a thing called the HALO Act. So whenever we're conducting our business, you have to stay back 25 feet. Otherwise, you can go to jail too. I don't need to worry about his buddies walking up behind me while I'm dealing with him is what the whole point of it is.
We were out there. The chief was out there forever on Saturday. I was out.
Who goes on spring break to be arrested? How dumb is that? Oh my God.
Out there for about 7 hours. And again, like I said, everybody we encountered, when we made an arrest in a crowd of 1,000 people, nobody said anything. They let us do our job. And when we told people to move on, they moved on. When we closed the beach at 7 o'clock, they moved on. But the stampedes in the video you're seeing was clearly them crushing water bottles for that reason, to do that. And thank God that's what it was. Years past, it was different. I think this is the most deputies we've ever had on the beach in my 20 years here. And we stayed out until probably close to 11 o'clock when I had to take resources and ship them to another part of the county. So you guys got any questions? I don't think I missed anything.
Sheriff, can you just explain for people who don't know the difference between what you guys do on the beach and then what happens on land? It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, our job in the sheriff's office is, since we took over the beach several years ago, our job is law enforcement on the beach. So that is county jurisdiction. That is my jurisdiction. Once they leave and go up on the blacktop, they're in the city limits. But we just don't say, hey, we cleared the beach, our job is done. No, our job is to support Daytona Beach in everything that they need, whether it's air support, whether it's traffic enforcement, no matter what it is. And that's what we did. You know, their command staff was embedded with my command staff, reviewing everything that was going on, working traffic patterns, trying to answer calls for service, trying to do as much as you can. But again, you have an unsanctioned event.
And think about this, folks. You have mostly a white police force, a huge crowd of black people. So, you know, they're kind of walking on eggshells, because they know if something goes south, they know they're going to be blamed or at fault. Right. So, you know, it's a bad situation. It really is. Police officers kind of sort of have to second guess, what they're doing because of that. And because phones are everywhere. And if you do something wrong, it's recorded, right? So it's just a bad situation, folks. But this guy right here is being honest, and he's talking about, how the crowds were respectful. Okay, so that's a good thing. I never went to vacation. Tina, that was smart. I don't think I did either.
Run by social media. My estimate is probably somewhere close to 9,000 people, maybe even 10,000 people came in. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to control those things, as you see in other places around the state and other places when spring break comes into play. But again, I appreciate the efforts of everything that we did. You know, we have a strong presence in New Smyrna. We had a strong presence in Daytona, and the west side of the county. There were 2 events that we had to have a strong presence at, on top of policing what's going on here.
What types of charges do individuals who are facing?
We're facing everything from possession of a firearm. You know, you go through these things. Speeding on the beach, e-bikes, speeding, open container is in there. It runs the gambit, everything. We crack down on quality of life. If you had an open container, you got cited for it. If you were a juvenile, you got picked up, taken here to this facility, and your parents had to come and get you. If you were out there smoking weed, most of the times we told you to put it out, but there were people who wanted to maybe argue a little bit. They got arrested and charged accordingly. So, like I said, the logs are yours. They're public record. You can go through them. You can look at the places of where these folks are from. You know, you got Winter Springs, Orlando, and Apopka, but then you have North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, and a lot of places in Georgia.
And this is what I've always said, folks. And I don't do drugs. I don't drink. But I often say, how you doing, Globalistic 255? I always say, if people would go get their drug of choice, their drink of choice, go home. A lot of people are needlessly arrested. Why, if you're smoking marijuana and you know it's illegal, then why are you out there smoking in public? You're asking for trouble. That's just dumb. I've never understood that. I don't know.
I never even heard of.
Sure. So before we came here, we talked to a Daytona Beach official who told us they didn't have time to get a special event zone by the time that they had heard of this event. How quickly can those go in place?
48 hours.
48 hours.
So I have under the law, I have to give, and I believe it's 48 hours. I have to give the public notice and post it for 48 hours. This is what's going to occur in these zones. So it's 48 hours, it can be done.
Do you know if they had heard?
24 hours. Well, there you go. 24 hours now.
Okay.
So all I need is 24 hours.
Do you know, was this on your guys' radar that an event, off-event event might have been?
It was on all of our radar because we were looking to see if there was a way to find a promoter to where we can go to the promoter and say, you will be responsible for all of the costs for police, fire, EMS.
Yeah, because again, Whiskey Monk, how you doing? Right, Whiskey Monk. Yeah, I'm glad you made the live, dear. I'm just saying, Livy boy. That's all I'm saying. It's if you drink, smoke, whatever you do, all I say is go get your drug of choice, your drink of choice. Go home. So many people get caught up because they're out in public. They have it in their car. That's crazy.
Trash pickup, if you do that. And we couldn't identify, both organizations working together couldn't identify it. It was just like, hey, there's going to be a party at.
I think they did an excellent job. Like I said, I'm glad that now they're talking about holding these people. I wanted you to hear this. Holding these people accountable who are on social media, setting up all of these large events. Thank you, Whiskey Monk. I'm trying, dear. Thank you so much. They're going to hold them responsible. Look at the man hours. So even his officers that were supposed to be off, they had to work. That's overtime. So, right, Livy boy. That's what I think. That's my opinion on that subject matter. They should do that. Right, Tina? So, I mean, when you're doing something you shouldn't be doing and you come in contact with police, now that there's a problem. And I don't need that, okay, in my life. I try to make my life as stress-free as possible. And so that's how I feel about that. Here we go.
Whatever. Just pick a place. And everybody say, let's all go meet at this place. There's really not a hell of a whole lot you can do to stop that.
But you don't need the promoter to do a special event.
No, all we needed to do is that the city has to play ball. Again, I can say as the sheriff, we're going to declare a special event zone. And if the city commission says my police department is not going to participate in that, then why the hell am I declaring a special event zone in the city of Daytona Beach if they're not going to allow their police department to participate? So, you know, that's the issue. You know, it was an influx of people, and I won't go any further than that unless I ask something different. But that's where we're at.
Do you have a rough idea what that price tag was and all these guys?
Oh God, it's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So you see that? All of his men, as well as himself, he's saying it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. So people set these things up, these events up on social media, and then again, they have to deal with the ramifications. And again, you know that they're trying to be careful because all of those phones that are rolling, if something there, most of those officers are white, the crowd is black, God forbid something goes wrong, they don't want to be thrown under the bus, you know, on trial for their life. They know how the story goes. Yeah.
That's why I say earlier when I tell people we don't want spring break. Spring break brings no financial benefit here because you think of it. They drove in for one day because if you went on that beach yesterday, it was completely a different beach because everybody that came in on Saturday left. They didn't stay in a hotel room. They didn't eat in a restaurant. They didn't do anything. The liquor stores probably made money. But other than that, we and the chief walked up and down with our folks. There was nobody in those stores along A1A. Very few people went into Baskins and Robbins. Very few people went into Dunkin' Donuts. Everybody else was just out to meander around. So it brings no economic benefit.
I know it wasn't your jurisdiction. You did hear from Daytona Beach within the city. I mean, 4 shootings within 24 hours. Just your reaction.
Yeah, I think you got to look into those things because I think one of the things we're getting painted broadly about, the deputy, thank God he's alive, and there's another guy that had an angel on his shoulder. That had nothing to do with spring break. You know, one of the shootings down on Kingston Avenue, I think, from what little I know, that had nothing to do with spring break. From what I know, I don't know the specifics. I do know the one teenager from Georgia who was shot on A1A. That was clearly a spring break shooting. But again, remember something here. Everybody's got a gun. Everybody's got a gun. If we encounter 20 people who we told to dump out alcohol and they can't take their gun, it's a COV, and they're telling us I got a gun in my backpack, how many other people were concealed carrying? We didn't see open carry, but people can open carry down there. They're allowed. There are no anything to prevent that. And when you have an influx of people like that, especially Floridians who know what their rights are, you could rest assured there's a lot of damn guns out there.
Whiskey Monk, no economic benefit is a key component to the problem. Whiskey Monk, you're right. I don't see how people could go and be involved in, as Tina said, drama or craziness. Tina, we're too old for that, dear. I told you, I would rather be home watching Gunsmoke, which I'll be doing when I'm done with this live, watching The Rifleman, watching Wagon Train. I don't need that drama in my life. I don't need a stray bullet. And you know, people are out there fighting. Only God knows why, because it makes no sense. I don't need that. And don't think because you're older, honey, a lot of these people, they don't care. I was looking at a video the other day. This woman was appeared to be in her 50s or 60s. And this young girl cursed her out. I was like, oh my God.
Sheriff, real quick, just because we're doing other things quick, what information can you start with to provide for us quick?
So what I think you guys want to hear, what our stats were for the first 3 days of spring break, just the sheriff's office, 133 total arrests. We made 84 in Daytona over that little span, and we made 49 in New Smyrna Beach. We made 6 gun arrests. One of those arrests was a juvenile who had possession of a stolen gun. One of those individuals had 2 guns. In at least 20 stops where somebody had booze and they dump it out and we're going to give you a ticket, those individuals identified us and said, hey, just let you know I got a gun in my backpack, we appreciate them doing that. So there's where we know there's a lot more guns out there that were out there. We came in contact with 7 individuals who were in the country illegally, and they were taken into custody, and ICE presented a detainer to them.
And we've already mentioned that. So yeah, you know how I feel about this. And I think the sheriff's office did a good job considering You know, the spotlight was on them. Whiskey Monk, I'll watch Gunsmoke right after. Yeah, Miss Whiskey Monk, I watch Gunsmoke all day, every day. Okay, oh my God, I love it. All day, every day. Now let me show you. I have a few more. Now we talked about the teen takeovers as well, and these have been happening for a while. I'll be watching Idiocracy. Love them. Oh, okay, Livy Boy. So for those that don't know, Georgia, and of course, now this has been happening in blue cities, blue states. It's been happening. Cumberland Mall in Atlanta, because I don't know how many of you still go to the malls. I don't. It's mostly young people, and they're fighting and shooting and just acting like idiots. So Cumberland Mall in Atlanta, Georgia has now banned unaccompanied juveniles after 3:00 p.m. following a chaotic teen takeover that forced businesses to shut down and led to over 19 arrests. More than 10 firearms were recovered at the scene. So watch this. And again, this is the crowd always screaming Black Lives Matter. So let's watch them in action. These are future doctors, lawyers, and astronauts, of course, right? Of course, that's what they're going to be. Watch.
Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play.
All right. They're playing that rap music, so I have to turn that off. But you can see what they're doing. And again, they set this up on this. These are set up on. Look at them. The shooting starts and they start running. Fighting, shooting, you name it. How you doing, Happy? I'm afraid to go to malls and I hate shopping in stores anyway. Happy, yes. I do most of my shopping at home. There are too many shenanigans. Happy, let me know if you are new here so that we can give you a nice, warm Rolynn's reviews. Welcome. Okay, YouTube stopped on me. Okay, now it's back. Okay. Yeah, Happy. Let me see. I don't go anywhere. I have a few more clips to share with you. Hold on. And so, oh my goodness, my YouTube is crashing again. So anyway, okay, there's that. I wanted to show that to you. Police in Atlanta are receiving massive applause after announcing they will. Now look at this, folks, and this is what we've been asking for. Now they're saying they're going to arrest the parents. Kudos to them. And I don't want to hear anyone screaming, oh, they're being racist. Get your kids in order. People want to go out and enjoy themselves and not be bothered with the bonnet brigade. Okay? Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay? I'm not new here, watch quite often, but thank you for everything you do. Love the chat. Thank you, Happy Crab. Okay. Well, I've never seen you join a live, so Happy, I'm going to send you some hearts here, dear, okay? Everybody welcome Happy because it's the first time, and I'm trying to send you a message, Happy, and my YouTube on my phone keeps crashing. I'm so sorry. So I don't think I can send you all messages. I'll just keep watching. Tina, I love Gunsmoke. Tina, I have the Pluto app on my phone. So even when I'm not home, when I'm driving in my truck, Gunsmoke is on the dash playing. I'm not watching it, but I'm listening to it. Oh, yeah, Happy. Yeah, thanks for being here, love. So look at this, folks. I'm sorry. Every time I try to send you guys messages, it keeps crashing. So I'll just keep talking. Thank you, Whiskey Monk. I appreciate you, love. So, again, the police are receiving applause. Now, folks, don't think they can't say one good thing about this. They can't say, oh, this is racism. You go on TikTok and other forms of social media. Many Black Americans are saying the same thing. They're sick and they're tired. Okay? They're tired of it. So, these teen takeovers, Now the police are going to arrest the parents. Maybe this will stop this. What do you think? Type it in the comment section. People are sick and tired of this crap, folks. This is not okay.
What charges could they?
Hold on. I want you to hear what he's saying.
Charges could they face if they are not aware or just let their kids be a part of this?
In certain circumstances, there are avenues that we can take, and we plan on exploring every avenue involved in these takeovers. And yes, in some cases, it would involve charging parents.
What?
If you agree with them saying they're going to charge parents, type a 1 in the comment section. Right? Okay, Tina. Okay, Tina, I'll see what you put up next. So this is what they're doing. How long have we been talking about these teen takeovers in California and other places where they go, 100 teens go into a store, a Nike store, go into an Apple store, clear it out? Where are the parents? We're sick of it. Normal working people like ourselves. What about our rights? MAGA, it's sad to see Kmart go. They should have kept that blue light spread. Right, MAGA. I still have fond memories of Kmart. Lanita, they ruined the Houston rodeo. I have a clip from that too. Don't worry, I got you. The gutter rats from the hood have taken over because too many folks are scared to be called racist. Lanita, right? And now they're installing a dress code. People were out there with their small children. Tina, there's no way I would live in Atlanta. Right, Waterman. So yeah, what about everyone else's rights? All right. And look at this right here. More future scholars, this is Chicago. Future scholars, doctors, and future lawyers. Look at this clip.
Using a crowbar and sledgehammer to get inside. Once in there, going straight for the ATM as several suspects were outside preparing for their getaway. Video from in the store shows the moment they hit the gas. It took under 5 minutes to cause thousands in damage and losses.
And this is a big loss for a small business, you know.
Abu Daher says this is the second time he's been broken into since he opened the store in July 2025. He now keeps the register open at night to show anyone up to no good there's no money to steal.
Future doctors, lawyers, and astronauts here at work. Okay. All right. Of course, that's what Al Sharptongue and Ben Crumb would say. And of course, the NAACP and the Congressional Black Caucus. Oh, okay, Livy boy. MAGA, I don't want to make up excuses for anybody, but this is what happens when society tells you can't succeed in life if you don't try. The Democrats need to stop. MAGA, yes, because they're lying to people, telling them they can't succeed due to white supremacy and systemic racism. So then they go out here and do these things. Right. My girl, young ninjas living up to the ghetto stereotypes. Yes. Oops, but they're all true. Yeah. The stereotypes, I said it earlier, they're never going away because they won't stop this nonsense. And so you see, I like this post here. Law-abiding families in Metro Atlanta just got a small win after yet another. So these, you see what he said, another. These have been ongoing. And so people, normal people who are out here working and contributing to society, people like me and my girls, Whiskey Monk, Joel, Libby Boy, Tina, MAGA, and Randy, Underwaterman. We don't want to be bothered. So a lot of us are like, man, I'm good. And we don't go out to these places, these flash mobs. And I've done videos on this before. And then when like the Walgreens and some of these other large chains leave, you know, the people are saying, oh, they're being racist. No, they're not making any money. They have been stolen. They've been robbed into oblivion. Whiskey Monk, don't hurt people and don't take their stuff. It's the most simple concept. It's the social contract of a high trust society. Don't want to sign the contract, leave, or get put in a cage. Boom. it, Whiskey Monk. And so I'm glad we need more. These flash mobs, they hurt us all because it drives up prices. Okay. And this has been ongoing. This is, I talked about this last year. And again, where are the parents? You drop your kids off. You don't know what they're doing. They're out here committing crimes. No, that's not acceptable. They're disrespectful. They're loud. No one's dealing with that.
Got the whole hood right.
All right, here's another one. Jeez. If it has music, I'll just have to turn it down.
The hood.
Yeah, let it play. So this is, you don't know where your children are? I live in Akron, and the thieves robbed Walgreens and CVS so bad that most of them have left the hood. Lanita, they're not making any money. And then they're accused of being racist, and they're not racist, but businesses, let's be real, they're in business to make money. So, this is not acceptable. Happy parents probably aren't much better, or the kids would have been raised to act appropriately. Boom, Happy, you get a truth bomb. Those are facts, people. Oh my God. So this is what they're doing. Yeah. No. Okay, so I've shared that with you. And then you heard about the Old Navy store. Oh, that was not that one. And this is a trend in Long Island at the Roosevelt Field Mall. I watched a video on that. Tina, what did I do now? Yes, Marga. The Roosevelt Field Mall, Long Island, New York, is overrun. Look at this, folks, by violent teens, causing shoppers to seek safety in changing rooms and multiple stores locking up. If we're just going to the mall to purchase something, look, everyone, look at what Happy Crab said. Happy Crab said, I'm from Long Island. I won't go to that mall. Oh, my God. This is a trend in Long Island right now where groups of New York City teens purposefully plan illegal takeovers to cause massive panic in Long Island malls and to scare shoppers. So again, where are our rights? This is only 3 weeks after a similar takeover was planned where more than 100 teenagers gathered in the parking lot of the Green Acres Mall in Valley Stream, New York, and 11 teens ranging, look at these ages, folks, in age from 13 to 19 years old, were arrested on a variety of charges, including riot and robbery. Where were the parents? All of them were from New York City, not Long Island. Happy, I work right by it and drive by every day. I keep going, Happy. That's how Happy remains happy. Happy's like, no, I'm good. Look at this, folks, and this is the issue. With zero accountability in either the home or the court system, this will continue to happen in areas like ours. This is a sad state of affairs for our once beloved malls. The days of bringing your family to the mall are over for now. So let me show you this. I guess this is a future doctor. Someone tell me what you think. He's a future doctor or a future astronaut. Tell me what you think. Let's see what he's saying.
Why everybody running? This is fun. I'll update y'all, like every single store is closing, bro. Like, this is crazy. Bro, look at what I'm running. Oh my gosh. Weak. Yo, I think it was 2 shooters. That's crazy.
So everything is funny, and then when everything gets shut down, everyone's mad. They're salty. Okay, this is black on black crime, right? Black Lives Matter, right? I don't think so. So again, this is what those of us law-abiding citizens, this is why we don't go to these places. A man was randomly robbed and assaulted at Old Fourth Ward Park by 2 armed men. One of the violent armed felon robbers had a negligent discharge during the robbery, but thankfully didn't the victim. Note how passers-by don't seem to react in a normal way to the crime in progress. Telltale sign they're used to this activity in the area. So look at this. More future scholars. Yeah. I guess that's his bike. Yeah. So this is what they're doing. That is not acceptable. Oh my God. Oh, and he's not fighting back. So I don't know if he's the guy that they're trying to steal his bike. Oh, I would get out of there. Oh my God. Black Lives Matter, right? Ha, what a joke. MAGA, exactly. Yes, Tina. Blue cities, boom. I catch and release. Yes, Happy. Yes. My girls, the parents of these ghetto hooligans stopped raising them by the time they were 5, and now they're nothing but a bunch of heathens. Yes, that have been unleashed on the rest of us. And we don't. We don't. What about our rights? That's what I want to know. So there's that. Now let me show you where it starts. This man, and again, this is some older stuff, but I shared with you what I wanted to share with you. Let me show you this average shift at Roosevelt Mall. This is what. Okay, we've already seen that one. But this is not acceptable. And let me show you another part of the Bonnet Brigade. Those of you who travel like I do, and sometimes you go to a hotel, you get free breakfast. Let me show you something else that people are doing. So if your hotel stops offering a free breakfast, we know who to blame. All right. Let's watch this. Michael, hello. How are you? So again, if you know what I'm talking about, some hotels you go to, they have the breakfast included. So now this is what I don't understand. Now this lady, I don't think she has any brain cells. Well, how are you going to steal and post a video on social media? So she's not staying at this hotel, but she went in there to get a free breakfast. Make decency and order great again. Yes. Boom. Watch this lady, and she posted this video, and she's proud of it. Oh my God. Okay, watch her and listen to her.
I just snuck in this hotel for some free breakfast, and that's the best thing I done did. I'm gonna sit right here on this bench and enjoy it. And I'm gonna go back for seconds. Period. Going back for seconds. I'm having too much fun. Gonna make me a waffle now, y'all. Waiting on my waffle. Ooh, they got whipped cream. Ooh, I'm gonna put some of that on my waffle. Might get some cereal to go. Let me get some more eggs while I'm at it.
So she's not just eating one plate of food, she's going back for seconds.
Ooh, looks so good.
I hate she's not showing her face. I'm sure she has a bonnet on.
Come on, girl, get out of here now. Oh, there we go. Ooh. That's a big waffle. That's a big waffle. Plate number 2. Let's sit down and enjoy this one. Yummy. When I tell y'all, this waffle's so good. Okay, that's all I could eat. I'm full. Like, I'm full. Got me some juice and I'm out of here. That was kind of fun. It's so good too. So good.
But you know, she's part of that EBT bonnet brigade, all of that. And so again, when people are doing that, Livy Boy just stated, entitled to nothing but will take anything they can get their hands on. Right. Livy Boy, let me read Livy Boy. And they wonder why we get stereotypes. Yeah, stereotypes aren't going anywhere. They won't stop doing what they're doing. And so you go on social media and you see all these comments. And then people get mad. Oh, they're so racist. These videos are all over social media. Ha! Lanita. And look at the comments. The comments will bring tears to your eyes. Right, Whiskey Monk? It's because parenting went out of style decades ago. Facts. The parents often teach their children this. And you know, even, let's be clear, folks, even if the people who work there say something to her, we know she's going to say they're being racist. Wow. I'm ignorant and wrong. I'm going to be loud about it. So they, even if they see her doing this, they don't want to approach her. They know there's going to be a scene. Wow. As we said, pattern recognition. So when people call them names and things, and this is what you see on social. So the reason you see a lot of what you're seeing is because they see these videos. Whiskey Monk. Again, people couldn't say anything if they weren't out here doing it. A plausible solution. Cancel welfare for 2 years for a misdemeanor conviction and cancel for life for a felony. Okay. Whiskey Monk. I'm all for it. If I could talk to Trump, I would tell him, hey, our Army veterans and disabled and the elderly, everybody else needs to figure it out. Nothing but a scam. Yes, Lanita. They said they send the kids in because they know if they go, they're adults, they'll be arrested. I saw that video, Livy. It was disgusting. All right, I have one more clip to share with you. We're almost done. I've enjoyed you. Hit that like button, please, folks. Let me show you things that people do. And you wonder why things are so bad. And this woman is letting her son stand there and destroy the store. She's not saying anything. And her son, let me start it from the beginning. Hold on. And you know, again, the man is white. He's probably walking on eggshells because he doesn't want her to say he's being racist. So watch this. And the man did nothing wrong. The woman's son is standing there destroying the store. She doesn't say anything to him. Oh.
Just drop everything.
Well, we did
No. You were banned last time after leave. Stay out.
What are you talking about? What manager? So that future doctor is there just destroying the store, throwing things on the floor. They already have a number for him. We know where he's going.
What store manager? We need to get our stuff.
No, there's no express line.
I need to get my stuff.
No, leave. We're banned from the store.
Why am I banned?
His attitude, what he's doing, and you're not doing anything about it.
What can I do? If I hit my kid, what's going to happen? I'm going to go to jail.
You don't come
right?
in. This is called jail. You're letting him do this.
I'm going to go to jail. I can't do that. I'm never going to hit my kid. I need to get my stuff.
You're not getting anything.
No, shut the fuck up!
Did everyone hear what that boy just told that grown man? Did everyone hear what he just told? Yes, Michael. They already have a number waiting for this little doctor.
Can't get my stuff.
This child just told this grown man to shut the F up. I already know his future, and I'm not Miss Cleo. Don't call me now.
Don't come back. I was told when you come in, just stop by my money.
I'm told what?
You're gone.
So you see everything. Her son did all of this. Look.
Well, we did
No.
stuff.
You were man last.
She just stands there like an idiot. Waterman, you're moving to Greenland? Whiskey Monk! Look at Whiskey Monk. Whiskey Monk said his first mug shot was his sonogram. Whiskey Monk, they have somewhere for him to go, and he's going to get there sooner rather than later. Listen to this again. He tells a grown man, and she doesn't say a word. She doesn't blink, so he probably tells her the same thing.
Stay out.
What are you talking about? What manager? What store manager? We need to get our stuff.
Is this the express line?
No, there's no express line.
I need to get my stuff.
No, leave. We're banned from the store. You want to leave.
Why am I being
Because it's his, what he's doing, and you're not doing anything about it.
What can I do? If I
This future doctor or lawyer, he's going to be in school. He's going, I'm telling you right now, he's going to be unruly. He's going to be cursing at the teachers. I'm sure he will be suspended multiple times, if not expelled, and sent to the alternative school. I am predicting his future right now. I see it in the cards.
I hit my kid, what's going to happen? I'm going to go to jail.
You don't come in. This is called jail. You're letting him do this.
I'm going to go to jail.
Leave.
I can't do that.
Leave.
I'm never going to hit my
Leave the
kid.
store.
I need to get my stuff.
You're not getting anything.
No, shut the fuck up!
Leave.
I can't get my stuff.
No. Leave. I'm going to go to another store. Too warm. You're banned. Don't come back. I was told when you come in, just stop by my money.
I'm told what?
You're gone.
So again, we pretty much know his future. Yeah, Waterman, it is sad. Lanita said he's going to terrorize the whole preschool. We know his future. And she's just standing there like everything's okay. And for the people who drop in here and disagree with me as it relates to reparations, this is why. This is my man here, Dr. Thomas Sowell. And this is what I often quote as to why I say no reparations.
Slavery has been a universal institution for thousands of years, as far back as you can trace human history. And what we're looking at is if slavery is something that happened to one race of people in one country, when in fact the spread of it was around the world. In 1776, which is when Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations, as well as when the United States got started, he said that Western Europe is the only place in the world where there is no slavery. And even the Western Europeans had vast numbers of slaves in the Western Hemisphere, yes, but not in Western Europe itself. And so if you're going to have reparations for slavery, it's going to be the greatest transfer of wealth back and forth, because the number of whites, for example, who were enslaved in North Africa by the Barbary pirates exceeded the number of Africans enslaved in the United States and in the American colonies before that put together. But nobody is going to North Africa to ask for reparations because nobody is going to be fool enough to give it to them.
This man has so much wisdom. Tina, I often wonder why he has never worked in anyone's, for any, what is this? Okay. President. This is North Carolina. School employee starts beating. So 2 employees are fighting. Same demographic inside the demographic. I don't know if this is a bus driver, a teacher assistant. Okay, but they're fighting. Okay, here's part of the bonnet brigade right there. All right. Wow. So this is what we're dealing with. These are two employees. So no impulse control. Now you tell me, you tell me stereotypes are going away. They're not. That's okay, Martian Mellow. I know it's Friday and people are busy. I know about the Barbary Pirates coming in late. Hope everyone's yeah, we're fine. Michael, the Democratic Party are the ones who should give reparations. They were the slave owners and the creators of the KKK and Jim Crow. Yeah, so yeah. Tell me what your thoughts are. You know how I feel. Let me see. So if you look at the title, we were talking about the EBT. Let me show you, because we're talking about the Houston rodeo. We're talking about the ghetto. Here we go. Okay. The ghetto spring break at Daytona Beach. They shut down the rodeo in Houston. It's normally a family event. And let me show you why. Fighting, all kinds of behavior. Women were there. Okay, people were, yeah, this is what they were doing. Let me show you. Oh my God. Can everyone see this? So this is the rodeo where people normally take families. It's supposed to be normally a family event.
Yeah! 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 Everybody go to sleep!
So this is what it has become. I could have been the kid exposed to Section 8 street violence, but okay, Libby. Yeah, people, when you get older, you can't make excuses. MAGA, and another thing, if people were really that upset about slavery, why were we using modern technology when Cobalt is my child? I'm not sure what MAGA was trying to tell me. Tina, yeah, rodeos are family events. They've just, the bonnet brigade, the ghetto EBT crowd has ruined that. Right. So they had to shut the rodeo down. It just got too out of control. And now they're installing a dress code. All right.
So I saw the video where the Houston rodeo got shut down, and would you want to take a few guesses to why the Houston rodeo got shut down? I'll give you a few hints, right? It's not actual cowboys and cowgirls. It's niggas. Niggas got the Houston rodeo shut down. And you say, John, why do you say that? Go watch the videos. It's the behavior, it's the dresses, it's the lack of accountability, it's the lack of decency, it's the lack of respect for law enforcement. Niggas. It's nothing new. Like, y'all know it, but y'all can't say it. So I'm gonna say it for you. Niggas got the Houston rodeo shit shut down. I don't know why anyone in Houston would want to even invite this crowd out to do something. It makes no sense, man. Like, it was cool and it was just like Bun B and, you know, Slim Thug and all these, like, you know, like, give them a couple nights. But they've turned it into Freaknik. Shut it down.
So a lot of Black people are complaining about it too. And again, now I know why they shut the Houston rodeo down and made new dress code rule. Yeah, because there were women there scantily clad. I mean, they look like streetwalkers. You know what I mean? And like I said, normally, you know, people take their children there. So this is what, look at this, folks. And I don't know about you. I don't want to see this. Where's my girls? I know she has something to say. Let me show you. Hold on. I'll show you a couple more clips and then we're done. All right.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
All right, that one. Okay, but this right here, all of these people are wearing clothes that are too small. And if you're there with your small children, you definitely don't want them to see this. The EBT crowd turned everything into Freaknik. Yes. Boom. How many? Where's my girls? I know she has something to say. Sad they have the old school plantation train behavior that entertained the owners. It was a way to keep people divided and under control. That's a good point, Lanita. Hey, Jackalow, how you doing? Right, Jackalow? They look like streetwalkers. They do. Exactly. Black Democrats are the cancer of the Black community. Yeah, Michael, the Black Democrats, the Black preachers, and the Black politicians, they're all cancers of the Black community. I agree. I just had to add something to that. So this is what they would do, and fighting. Oh my God. So when people call them names and animals, they get mad. But look at what they're doing. So you think I want to go on vacation? Who wants to go on vacation and spend the money that it costs for vacation and have to, especially like I said, when you're with your family? And who wants to see this? I don't. If you want to see this, type it in the comment section. Totally unacceptable. All right, so yeah, this is, I guess, when the shooting started. They started running. Let me see. Yeah. All right, so we're pretty much done. I just wanted to show you because we were talking about the rodeo and the spring break. Ghetto fight. Look at this fight club. This is not what the road. People don't bring their families to the rodeo to see people fighting. So these are the ghetto activities, ghetto Black activities that they were involved in. So now the rodeo is, they're making some changes. And so, hey, if people get arrested, they don't like what's going on. That's tough. You did this. And they said things got out of hand quickly. Fights breaking out. There was a stampede, car burglaries in the parking lot. Oh, boy. All right, last one.
Here we are again. Here we are again. Here we are again. Here we are again.
Lanita, yes, low IQ. Boom. So, that's what I wanted to share with you. And people are thanking the Houston Rodeo for the new dress code. Because like I said, people had their children there and it was disgusting. I showed you some of the pictures. Oh my God. Yeah. And of course, if white people say something about it, people are calling them racist. But hey, that's not racist. Hey, it's ghetto and ratchet. No problem, Tina. No problem. All right, we're done. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Friday evening. Right, Livy boy? I would be angry if I spent all that money with my family and had to witness these ghetto black activities. Oh, I would definitely want a refund. If you go to an event, you take your family to an event. You're not going to be involved in a stampede. You don't want to be running because someone's shooting. Lanita said feral. Yeah, feral people. Boom. Yes, I'll be here tomorrow evening. Oh, Tina. It's only Teenage Wasteland. Oh, no. Teenage Wasteland. That's one of my favorite Who songs. They're all wasted. Make sure you're with me tomorrow. You know, I'm still doing lives Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, probably tomorrow evening. We'll continue probably discussing this topic. Descendants of the stayed on the planet. My girl. I want to look at my girls. Yes, my girls. Yes. Feed them some of Tina Knowles gumbo. That will slow them down. Yeah, they'll be in the bathroom. Maga, that's true. So I'm coming to talk to you all right now in the comment section. Thank you for spending your time here. I hope this was informative. I enjoy discussing these topics with you. Greg worked in Baytown in the 90s, Harris County. Got out after you. Greg, you're very intelligent. Okay. Who wants to work with low IQ people? I don't. Okay. All right. Coming to talk to you now. I will probably be live tomorrow, 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, somewhere in there, 6:30-ish, something like that. Tomorrow evening we'll be live. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. For those about to rock, we salute you. Yes, coming to talk to you now. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and be safe.